What's up, everybody? This is Damron playing Doom Eternal. Been a blast so far. We're on mission 3, which is Cultist Base. So this is the third mission for my 100% guide. We're getting all the collectibles, all the extra lives, runes, modbots, everything, crystals, albums. We're getting everything in one playthrough to help you guys get all the campaign-related achievements in one playthrough. So I kind of went over the gist of what we were doing in the first mission, but now there's a new thing in the third mission that we're going to have going on, and that's the challenges. There's going to be 3 new challenges per mission. So when you start these missions, be sure you check them out and make sure you work on those as we're going forward. Alright, so immediately to the right of the beginning of the level, just turn right for your first codex. As you progress, you're going to get to this wall that has mines on it. It will be on the path that you have to go. Before you go through that breakable door, actually turn around and jump, and then out to the right is a skull you can land on for our toy, the first toy of the mission. So moving on, you'll get to this area. You'll have to fight a group of kind of zombies actually up there. Is a good place to get your flame challenge done. But if you look to the right over the ledge, you'll see this kind of creature with a mine beside it. If you blow that mine up, it'll turn into an extra life that you can grab. From that, we're going to just turn right, and if you look over the ledge, there's a little kind of ledge that you can grab on, or land on. And if you break through the vent there, there's a switch, and that switch is going to open up this gate, which allows you to access that lift, which is actually right where our extra life was. So let's go ahead and go back there, and if you go down and to the left, you're going to see this lift is now accessible. And if you go into this lift, now we can dash forward into this cave for our Sentinel Battery. So moving on to our first token, this is where you're going to be introduced into the Mancubus. This is the path you have to take. You really can't miss this, but when you exit this door, on the right hand side is the first Praetor suit token of the mission. So a little bit further from that, you are going to have a nice sized battle in this area here, but on the right side you can see this button, and if you shoot that, it's going to open a path where you can grab onto some grabbable walls. Just follow this path all the way to the extra life. Moving on a little bit, you're going to open up the door actually just from the last area we were in, and once you kill some shielded soldiers, if you drop off to the right, you're going to notice a pole sticking out. Go ahead and jump and grab that pole, and then swing around and go left, and you'll find a door that you can break, and inside is our next extra life. Once you get to this point in the level, again, there will be some enemies in this area which you will have to eliminate with your demon slaying skills, which is so fun. But you're going to get to this wall here that has some mines on it. Again, this is the path you have to take. You really can't miss this rune. It'll be right in front of you when you get to this point right here. From that, a little bit afterward, where you're introduced into the whiplash enemies, when you open this door here, this Modbot's going to be right in front of you. Again, you really aren't going to be able to miss this one. From that Modbot, immediately into the next area, when you're going down this kind of path here, if you look on the left hand side, not the right like I'm doing there, but if you look on the left, you'll see a wall that has a crack you can break. Jump up there and get that broken to get our next collectible. Alright, so you're going to have a pretty nice fight in this large outdoor area, and you're going to see this actual ramp kind of drop down, and there's a door we're going to have to go through. But before we go through that door, turn to the left, and we're going to get another Sentinel Battery. From this Sentinel Battery, we're just going to turn around and we're going to go to the other side of the same room. Again, don't go through that door yet, but on the other side of the same room is going to be a switch that you can hit, and if you hit that, some poles will come out that you can grab onto. Follow this to get up to this tiny little climbable, attachable wall, and once you're latched onto that, you'll be able to reach the extra life. So progressing on, you're going to have a fight in this area here. Again, this really isn't missable, but once you get to this Sentinel Crystal, it's going to be right in front of you in this large pool area with the spikes on the sides. From this, we're in the same area. Just turn and look to your left, and that's going to be our first secret encounter. You should also get the challenge done for finding that Sentinel Crystal. Moving on until you get to this area where you're seeing 2 elevators kind of going up on the left and right. If you go into the left one, and we're going to go down, go all the way around to the other side of these crates here. So you're supposed to turn right here and go up to the next level, but drop down on the other side of the crates for the Praetor suit token. So after you do some jumping to get up to the next level from those elevators, you're in this room here. You're going to fight some demons in this room. But once you get here, go to the other elevator and let it go up to the next level and take that through where you can fall down and grab the next Sentinel Battery. After having some fun playing with one of the demons, which is pretty cool, you'll be in this room here and you've just got your super shotgun and you can see the question mark. You need to raise all those boxes by meleeing the chains on them, and that's going to give you the space you need to jump up into that. Now you have to break all of the crates before this will be accessible. Moving on just past that into the next hallway, can't miss this. You're going to have the blades coming down. Just after the second blade on the right is a grate you can break to get our next toy. Moving on, you're going to be on this path here where you're going to take a ramp up to this little platform floating in the middle of a room, and you have to go this way. Before you do, just turn a 180 all the way around for the next Praetor token, kind of in an alcove. Once you get to the spiked, clamps that really are just slamming together in a gruesome way, before you go through that, turn right and you'll find an ice barricade that you can break with our second secret encounter. Once you've kind of got through that spike trap area and you climb the wall up here, before you progress, turn around and there's our next extra life. So once we've gotten past those spike traps and we're in the next room here, where the ones that are slamming down on the ground, on the left hand side, once it slams on the ground, just go on top of it and follow that path to get our first and only album of the mission. And then once we get outside from where we just were, you're going to have a nice fight here, but it's just immediately up an elevator from where we were. And if you go to the cliff edge on the right, you're going to look down and see this cave entrance, which has another one of those creatures. And I'm smacking it trying to figure out how to get it to turn into an extra life, but there's a switch you got to use, and once you use that, it'll turn into an extra life. Alright, once you get to the area of the mission where it has the large yellow cracked wall that you're going to have to break, before we do that, if we drop down to the right, you'll see a wall that you can grab onto. And then take that to those bars you can swing on, and you'll be in this long corridor with a dash item. So we can jump, and just dash, dash, dash until you get to this climbable wall here. Once you get up to the top of this wall, turn around, and you're going to have another bar that you can use to swing up to the next level just in front of it for our Slayer key. From the Slayer key, just go ahead and drop down into the room, immediately turn right, and that's going to be your Slayer gate. Obviously going into that is going to be an encounter, and once you finish that encounter and kill everyone in here, then the Slayer gate will explode and we'll be able to grab our next Empyrean Key. Later in the level, when you get back to this large room here, which is unmistakable, and you'll have to go into the next door. Once you kind of take this path, it's a little elevator and it takes you through these gates. Before you go through into the next area, turn to your right and take this path around for our final collectible of the mission. So I hope you guys are finding this helpful. I hope you're enjoying Doom Eternal. If you like my stuff, feel free to like and subscribe. I'll have all of these timestamped for you. As always, they aren't missable. If you miss one, you can either replay the level, or when you get to the end of a level, remember you can use the fast travel points to go and grab something you may have missed. So again, I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you like it, feel free to like and subscribe. Hopefully, I'll see you in Mission 3 of Doom Eternal.